everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jasmine, and today we have something extra exciting, so let's get started. Okay, so this has been the most requested question I think I've had in a long time, and I did make a TikTok video about it, but I want to do more in depth, and I'm going to put it here on my YouTube. Of course, I don't know how I'm saying this, of course you know that. Okay, so the question today that I'm going to be answering is, why haven't I worn sweatpants in 5 years? Oh my goodness. It seems so long, you guys. Like, generally I'm just like, why is it that long? Like, why? But I do know the answer to that, so I'm going to tell you guys right now. Okay, so yeah, these are wigs in the background, as I've said before, and a lot of people have told me, like, please clean your bed. I will be cleaning it. Like, you guys, like, once I do like videos and things, like, a lot of my clothes end up in here, and then I have to like fold them and put them away or put them in the wash, whatever I have to do. And yeah, sometimes I just forget, so I will make sure that I will do that. So basically, I moved to America. It's nearly been 5 years ago, and at the time I did dress modern, and I was just about to get into dressing vintage. I just finished my master's in filmmaking because that was my job. I worked in film, I directed and wrote movies, and that's something that I absolutely love. And for me, I think it was just like when I first moved, I think it was just because it was so warm that I didn't feel like I needed to wear sweats. And I think it's because I am originally from Scotland, and it is so cold, you guys. Like, as you guys know, like, it's so cold. And then coming to like a warmer climate like LA, I was generally like, I am sweating. Like, I couldn't wear like my normal clothes, like my jeans or anything, because I was just like constantly like sweating. And a lot of people were like, oh, it's just because it takes time for your body to adjust to different climates and things like that. And honestly, it did take me a while. But when it was cold, everyone's like, why does it not bother you? I'm just like, because this isn't cold. But basically, that's kind of where it all started. So I was just too warm wearing sweats. I just couldn't wear them. And then when I started dressing vintage, obviously sweats weren't a thing when you would dress vintage. There wasn't really anything like that. I do, however, have one pair of vintage 1950s kind of like baggy trousers, things that you might see like people wear when they're going to a sporting event or going to play sports. Maybe they put it on top of their shorts or a little skirt, something like that. But that's like the only thing I have that's kind of close, but it's not even sweats by any means. And I think I just was like, I'm not going to wear sweats. It's not something that fits in with my style anymore. It's not something that I feel like I need. As I said, like, they make me too warm right now. And just, as I said just there, it's just not part of my style. So I just would continue my day just not wearing anything like that. And to be honest, I didn't even think about it. And it wasn't until like family would come over, and they would always, I pick them up from the airport and they'd be in comfy clothes, and I'd come pick them up in my dress and my heels, or like capri pants and a nice blouse or something like that, and heels. And they'd be like, Jasmine, do you have any comfy clothes? And there's another question I do get asked a lot. They're like, do you own anything comfortable? And I'm like, honestly, these clothes actually are really comfortable. But this dress, like, obviously it's a pencil dress, and it is actually like stretchy material. It's really like, it is thick as well, so keep you nice and cozy, and it's really comfortable. And if you do get a little bit like, I don't know, uncomfy, maybe it's to do with like the belt, because I have like a belt around my waist, and you can just listen that off or just take it off. It's like whatever you feel. And for me, like, my family would always tease me. They're like, why don't you wear sweats anymore, or like leggings or anything like that? And I'm just like, it just doesn't fit with my style. Like, I go about my day without it. And for me, like, instead of wearing sweats, so many people ask me like what my alternative would be to wearing sweats, because obviously, especially now because of lockdowns and things like that, they're like, you're in your house all the time, like, what do you wear in your house? And honestly, I work every single day. I don't take days off, so I'm always like this. It's just how I am. Like, I feel now that if I was to get up and not get ready, it would feel weird to me. Like, I feel like this is part of my routine. So if I was to get up and just put my leggings on or anything like that, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like me anymore, and it's just something that I just don't choose to wear anymore. And I did make a TikTok video about it. I will go back to what I do wear. Hold on, I'm on like this, I don't know what I'm doing, my brain's like going one way right now. Basically, I did make a TikTok video about it, and I went to Target and I bought a pair of sweatpants, and I'm not gonna lie, you guys, they were so comfortable. Like, genuinely, I was like, okay, I really understand why people say that they wear them everywhere, like they go out in the streets with them and things like that. And for me, like, I'll show you a picture, like, or like a video of me like wearing them right here. And honestly, you guys, like, I was like, I can move, I can dance, I can jump around. It was a lot of fun, and I loved wearing them for that moment. And for me, I'm not gonna lie, like, I think after that video, I think I kept them on for like the rest of like my day, like editing wise and things like that. And I was like, these are cozy, these are kind of cool. But obviously I don't really wear them. I just have them. And if I really feel like I'm just feeling like, I don't know, I'm not going to do anything today, I'm just going to lounge around, maybe I'll pull them out and put them on because they were comfy. I'm not going to say no if they're comfy. I love comfort, you guys. Don't let me kid you. Like, I do, I love comfort. What do I wear when I'm not obviously dressed up like this? And most of the time that's when I go to my bed, or if I do take a day off. But mostly I'm always in these clothes because these clothes I feel are just my clothes. They're just clothes I wear. It's my style. I don't see them as per se like fancy clothes or anything. I don't see them as, oh my goodness, like it has to be strictly vintage, you know, it has to be like true vintage, it has to be from this era, the exact era. And for me, like, I was like that at the beginning when I first dressed vintage. And now, like, I find dress, like this dress is a reproduction of a 1950s dress. And for me, like, I do try and find like modern clothes and turn them into like a vintage style, because there's certain things that you're like, okay, that's really cute, I still like that, and you turn it into like a vintage way, because you can do that with many modern clothes and things like that, because they still make those styles. And for me, like, so what do I wear like when I'm lounging around? So mostly I find the comfiest like robes I can find. I have like different types of robes. So I have fluffy ones, I have silk ones, and honestly, like, I love the silk one because it makes me feel like really glamorous when I'm prancing around the house. Mind you, it's really long, so like most of the time, like, I don't know, I feel like I'm in like Snow White or something, or like an old Disney movie, and I'm like holding like my little dress up or something and like waddling around the house. Maverick's always like, you do your thing, Jasmine, you do your thing. So I have this silk one, and that one's from, I think it's from What Katie Did. Yes, it is. It's from What Katie Did. And the other ones I have are like fluffy ones. I have a llama one. As you guys know, or if you didn't know, I'm obsessed with llamas, you guys. So like anything that has llamas, I love. I can't stop myself from buying them. Like, I just can't. I love them so much. If I could have llamas in my house right now, or any other animal, like, I would have all animals. Like, I love animals, you guys. I would love to have a farm and have those animals. But anyway, I'm digressing. So I have like comfy ones, like fluffy ones, and I mostly just kind of wear them, and maybe some like fluffy socks or just some slippers. And that's kind of what I would wear like around my house, and that's kind of what makes me comfortable. And like, I think for like underneath, so like people ask like, so do you wear anything underneath your robe? And most of the time I would maybe put on like a little t-shirt. Like, you can find them at vintage stores or things like that, and things just like that. Sometimes if like my mom, like, she'll send me some pajamas from Primark from the UK, she might send me some like really cute kind of shorts or something like that, like silk shorts, and I might put on underneath. I do have some 1950s like little kind of shorts sometimes I would put on underneath. But yeah, most of the time it's really like I lounge around in my bathrobes. I call them bathrobes, or like dressing gowns. That's what I meant to say, bathrobes. I'm like calling them so many different names. But like dressing gowns, things like that, that's kind of what I tend to wear just around the house and relaxing. And if I'm just kind of like, so say, a lot of people ask me like, okay, so say you're kind of going out somewhere where like you don't need to wear heels, and like say it's going to Disneyland or something like that. I miss Disneyland. But what I would wear would be like little kind of like white plimsolls, because they wore them back then. Some nice kind of high-waisted stretchy capri pants. They're my favorite. I absolutely love them. I love separates, you guys know, like I love dresses a lot. Like pencil dresses are my favorite, and then capri pants, like just like matching things up. And I don't want to I love like matching different outfits and putting them all together. Is one of my favorite things to do, because I love fashion. I've always loved fashion since, I don't know, since a young age. So for me, I love like making different outfits and styling them and things like that. So something like that, maybe a little jumper, a little sweatshirt, something like that, and a little blouse. And that's kind of what I would wear just as a casual day. And so it's really nothing much different. So I know like a lot of people like wear like leggings and maybe like a jumper, and that's kind of what it is like, but it's just kind of like a vintage version of it. So that is still really comfortable, and that's kind of really why, and that's kind of why I haven't really worn sweats. It's just not something that really fits my style anymore. I work all the time, so most of the time, I don't know, I finish work at like maybe 10, 11 o'clock at night after starting at around 5 a.m. So for me, I just work all the time, so I'm constantly changing outfits. I don't really have much time to like lounge or take some time off unless it is like a day off that I take off, or if I'm not really feeling too good, I would put on just, honestly, it's just my bathrobe. And that's really why like I just haven't worn sweats. Not that I don't like them, because I used to love them, and then when I tried on them on, I was like, oh, these are amazing, they're so comfy. So yeah, so it's not anything to do with like I refuse, you know, it's just I just don't really wear them. They're just not part of my style anymore. Not to say that I wouldn't wear the set that I got for my TikTok video. Honestly, that was so comfortable. Yeah, so I just mostly just wear robes and things like that and just lounge around. So yeah. So I hope that answered your questions, and if you guys have any more personal questions that you'd like me to answer, things like that, about my style or about me when I was growing up or when I was younger, just let me know in the comments, and let me know if you want to hear more story times and things like that, because I actually really enjoy doing these story times. And also I can't wait for you guys to see more of my TikTok videos and my Instagram stuff, which is, if you want to check me out, it's just at Jasmine Chiswell. And I can't wait for you guys to see more exciting videos on my channel, and I have so many exciting things that's happening this week, so stay tuned for that. And I love you all so much. So have an amazing day and take care of yourselves, you guys. I love you. Bye.